So the Universim is one of those games that I've been watching for years now. I was lucky enough to interview the community manager back at E3 in 2015, and now there is a pre-alpha version, and I'd like to kind of look at the state of the game, look at kind of the direction they're going to be taking the title into the future, and kind of explore what they have so far. So I know there's been a pretty big community for this game for years now. Like I said, it's been in development for quite a long time. We do finally have pre-alpha, and that's what we're going to explore today. So let's just jump into this. This is a God game where you start off in the Stone Age era and you eventually progress through time until you can get a spaceship and get off this rock. Does that sound familiar? I think it might sound familiar if you guys have been watching me for a while. That sounds a little bit familiar, but it's in a different fashion. So we first need to start off with the epicenter. We need to place where, I guess, the first form of human life is going to pop up, which actually, in this game, they're not called humans, they're called nuggets, and you're going to see very soon why. So these large body of water, this stuff, that's more of like an ocean. What we're looking for is a lake. We're looking for fresh water. So I guess we can go right around here, but you also have to keep in mind that we're going to need to mine to gather stone, and we're going to need to harvest wood. We're going to need to chop down trees. So I'd like to find a spot that has a good amount of both, probably here. It looks like this might be just about perfect. Now, the lakes are finite. The fresh water will run out, so you need to be careful. I don't know what the heck that is. I don't even know what that is. I'm not gonna test it out. I think this is a pretty good spot, so we can go across the lake, and and we can actually right here because we've got these little mountain things. So let's place this down. And little mountain things. I don't know what I'm saying. All right, so there's the epicenter. Like I said, we start off in the Stone Age era. So we are going to slowly have our society begin to grow. I think we start off with 4 little nuggets, and you can see them start to run around right now. Hello, what's your name? So everybody has like a little nugget ID card, and there are little stats that we can look into. So they're gonna have might. We're gonna skip over the tutorial. I've already gone through this a little bit. They've got might, carry. They obviously have stamina. They need water. They need food. I guess they need hunger, and they need health. And then they have an age. So right now they're 2 years old. I'm pretty sure the babies, so they're babies. There is going to be a time period where you have to wait for the babies to grow up because there's no child labor in this game, and I'm very upset about that because I love child labor, right? And yeah, so we have to wait for some of the smaller nuggets to grow up before we can tell them to go out and do things. So yeah, this is going to kind of explain to us a little bit of the UI. But we already know that, so there's going to be like an events log. The seasons is actually pretty important, especially when it comes to farms, and there is a way to speed up the game. Okay, so what we need to do first is we already have this settlement. We need to start to get some water, right? So we should probably put down a water pump. Actually, you know what we might need to do first? Before that, we need a... so these are all the different buildings that we can build. This is something that, will come into the game into the future. There's also going to be a research panel that we can't look into just yet, but there will be research that we'll be able to look into and as we progress into the different eras. But there are airports, like spaceship factories, things like that. I mean, I can kind of scroll over some of the future things, bonfire, garden, hunting. There's actually a lot of animals out there in the forest. We've got like mammoths and whales and wolves, and you can actually watch as their population grows. There's this statistic window, and you'll see wildlife grow as your own settlement grows. So yeah, wolves, humpback whales, hawks, rabbits, things like that. And I'm assuming that in the future we'll be able to go out and hunt for those types of things, and that would be really cool, I think. So depending on which animal is doing the best, and you could probably hunt some of the animals out into extinction. I think that's where they're going with that statistics map mode. Okay, so this game is very much about lovemaking and baby making, and we'll be seeing a lot of that. We actually have mating on auto right now, so when our females are fertile, they will automatically go into this little stone hut, and they will begin to, do something. Yeah, they're gonna do something. That's all I'm gonna say. So, like I said, we need to get an engineer's hut up. Engineer's hut. Okay. So this is how we can start to build things. Actually, we can build things right now. We don't technically need this, but I'm gonna place this down. We also have kind of a control panel. This is how we direct which nuggets do which job. And actually, the game kind of automatically assumes they just kind of randomly give you different priorities. So I'm not like saying this nugget needs to work this, but I'm sure in the future, since they do have like individual stats, we'll be able to do something like that. So since we have 4 nuggets, let's just throw them down. So we're going to be working on mining. Those miners are going to go out there and gather stone for us because we can see our resources down here. We've got 30 stone. I think we automatically start off with like 30 stone and 30 wood. We've got a woodcutter, like I said. Someone needs to go out and find some food for us because we got to figure out something to eat out here. And finally, here's our builder, which are actually kind of the most important because we need to build a lot of different structures before we can get this going. I'm actually even considering. Well, no, I can't because we need all those other things. But yeah, we're only gonna have Elu. I guess that's your name. Looking pretty cool with that hairdo, though. I like it. I like it. Yeah, so we can also kind of tell them, come on, pick up the pace a little bit. But that's going to mean they're going to require a little bit more food, and their stamina is going to go down. So it probably wouldn't be the best to just leave it on this mode. We can go on to kind of a slower mode. Not entirely sure where the developers might be going with that strategy. Like why would we want to go slower? But I'm sure there is. I just got to really think, like, why would you want your nuggets to move a little bit slower? But anyways, so that's kind of briefly some of the things to kind of start off this game. We've got all sorts of different possibilities down below. We need water. We need water consumption, but we need to make sure that because we're going to be consuming the water, so we need to make sure that we're generating more water than we're consuming. And this is the next very important things we need. We need lots of things, but a water pump is kind of crucial. Water usage. Okay, so I'll talk about what that was saying. So let's place this, I'd like to place it somewhat close by to like the rest of our stuff. Yeah, I'll put it right there. So here's our water pump. Now this is not going to be enough for us because we need a lot more. We need a water well and then a water reservoir. And it's very interesting because, like I said, the fresh water in this lake is finite. So this will run out of fresh water. It's not something that we'll face in the pre-alpha version. It's not a problem that we're going to have to deal with in the pre-alpha version, but it will be an issue definitely as you kind of grow further and further, because you got to think that your entire settlement is going to be populating this entire planet. So right now it doesn't look like much, but it's going to be pretty difficult to manage the freshwater issue. And I'm sure there might be, kind of underground fresh water. Something really cool is there's like a free flight mode. Well, this is me just like taking us back to the epicenter, but I can control kind of a free flying mode with a camera. So it's like, oh my gosh, this game's going to be very beautiful. When this game is up and running, it's going to be very beautiful. And I believe, oh, okay, let's see what happens. Uh-oh. We've got 2 nuggets that are concluding their nap. I wonder what that means. And we have a new baby. So actually, we've got 3 new babies. Holy crap, how many? Did you have triplets? What's been going on? There's only 4 people up in the town. What's going on? Maybe, I don't even know. Anyways, here's our free fly mode, and we're going to fly back. You might even be able to spot a few animals. Obviously, there is a weather system. We just flew through a few clouds, and the weather system will have an impact on us. I'm sure we're going to have to deal with some thunderstorms and things like that at a certain point. And again, this is definitely going to affect farms, and we will be able to explore the farming buildings. Not yet, though. Not yet. Keep in mind the seasons up on top here. That's gonna be really, really important. Okay, so let's find our settlement. I completely passed by it, didn't I? Yes, I did. All right, so how are we doing? We're doing good. I'm liking that we have 3 extra babies, so that's gonna be 3 extra people that we can put to hard work. I like that. Here are some of the other future things that we'll be able to look into. The gas level of the planet. So each planet is going to generate different resources for you. Doesn't seem like the planet has that many. Or I don't know if this stat can be affected at all, or what. I mean, who knows if there's different technologies where you can maybe increase this value. I'm not entirely sure, but this is interesting that we can immediately see, like, right from the very beginning of your start, you can be like, oh crap, this planet doesn't have very much, I don't know, oil. Like, that sucks. In this case, we do have quite a bit of oil, so a little bit different of a scenario. Okay, so the engineer is about to, well, we're not going to finish up here just yet. Oh, nice. Okay, so those babies are now full-grown adults, I guess, and there are a lot of things we need to build, so I will take a risk here and have everyone become builders. And as soon as we build at least the crucial things like the water pump, the water reservoir, you know, some things like that, then we will think about. Yes, see, I mean, I know, I need water. I know. I'm trying to, baby. I'm trying to. Trust me. Daddy's got you. Daddy's got you. Okay. So the engineer is going to go around, and we can have him either build or repair certain buildings, because that is going to be kind of an issue. For now, I'm going to keep him on balance, and we can assign a nugget to this job. But right now, we don't need an engineer. But we will see slowly this 99% value slowly start to degrade as time goes by. Also, this is year 11. We will be able to keep track of how long time has been. So it's been about 11 years so far. There's different map modes for, like, in terms of wind, a heat map mode. So it looks like we kind of got into a pretty good spot. I mean, this is pretty hot down here, but up here is gonna be nice and relaxing for the most part. All right, let's exit this map mode, and I believe we have our water pumps, so we need to. Oh no, not yet. Hello, I've got like a lot of builders. I made sure that I have a lot of builders. Oh, okay, there we go. So we might as well queue up the next thing in line, and that is going to be the water well. So let's build that like probably next to. Here's something to keep in mind with the water reservoir for sure. Not entirely sure if it's going to be with the water well. How close does this have to be? Or can I not? Oh, I don't think I can even place this until I have. Oh, that is awesome. That's really cool. I didn't even mean to zoom out like that, but it just did, and oh, that's very awesome. Okay, so there we go. The water pump just got built. That's allowing access to this water well. So we will build that, and now we'll go after the water reservoir as well. I'm gonna try to build all these buildings for us before the end of the series. We will need more additional water pumps as our population grows. All right, so we're gonna pump this out like right next to. We'll do it like right there. So there we go. We're going to kind of keep things compacted, because something to keep in mind is just automatically these stone huts are going to be built. And these stone huts are required for mating. Mating's on auto right now. It's a lot easier just to manage like that, but if it wasn't on auto, then I could choose exactly when our females decide to have a child. But right now it's just try to pump out as many children as you want. A little bit easier. When you do it manually, you're going to probably mate slightly slower. Unless, actually, not necessarily, but it depends. It depends on the situation. Okay, good. So we've got lots of builders. Food-wise, I think we're doing just fine. There's no energy just yet. We're not going to be generating. We're not going to be consuming any energy because we are just in the Stone Age era. But yes, and then you can see the resources because we've chopped down trees. We've chopped up some little mountain boulders, rock thingies, whatever you want to call it, hard things. But yeah, and then there's gonna be different what's that called? Resources that we can place them in. So there's like, what is this called? I am totally blanking here. Not an eatery, but a stockpile. Pretty much, it's distribution center. So that'll keep us, because right now this looks not that bad, but they're gonna continue to build outward, and you're just gonna see all these resources on the ground. Oh my gosh, there's a storm coming. Yeah, that is a pretty sexy storm coming in right through that valley. Good thing that's not really affecting us. Now, the storm wouldn't have any major implications. Oh, what happened here? Oh, you're focusing on the next stone hut, which is good because, again, that's the only way that we're going to be able to build more nuggets, or I guess produce more nuggets. I guess I agree with that decision. So let's go ahead and check on maybe some of our. Oh, this is happiness value. You want to make sure your nuggets are happy. If they're not happy, they'll be much less efficient, obviously. There's a god light that we can look into. And here are our statistics. Now, there's no resources or nuggets. These windows are still up and coming. It is only pre-alpha 0.09, but it's just something I've been really keeping my mind on. And I know a lot of you guys as well have been talking about, have you been looking into this game? This game looks really, really good. So oil, steel, or metal, and gas, just some of the other resources. Boom, Cupid is working his magic. So Cupid is about to shoot his arrow into Shantambo. Okay, cool, good. What is this? Oh, is that food? Oh, it is food. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, we've got fruit, and again, we'll be able to explore the farm a little bit in the next one. Probably not this time around, but in the next one we definitely will. We can speed this up by hitting the plus button, but winter is coming. There we go. All right, cool. So we got 2 new babies. They will be helpful. They will certainly be helpful. I think, yeah, honestly, having one, at this point, having just one person going out there collecting wood and one person going out there and mining is probably the best. All right, there we go. Have a new skip in their step. Oh, we've got a third baby. Perfect. Perfect. Even more builders. Which right now the water reservoir still, come on, you can do it. I need this water reservoir. Although, actually, we don't technically need it right now. Technically, we're still consuming enough. It just would be nice to conserve a little bit more water. It's not like the most important thing. Now, people will start to die around like 65 years. Actually, not even. That's a little bit long in this age. But in about, like, 30, 40 years, people will start to die. We need a kind of a cemetery for those. So that's another building that we can possibly get up. I'm going to start to get a little bit more food, and then I'm going to put everyone else in building. So let's do that. And more stone huts. So just naturally, it's kind of cool because naturally the way the housing works is that your whole planet is just going to get filled with population. There's population everywhere. So that's really cool. That it just kind of naturally builds out like that. And there's another stone hut, which ultimately means more babies. Yeah, so we've got people on the hunt for a companion. We can actually open up this this archive and look into exactly kind of if I did miss a notification, which right now it's not a big deal. Probably just telling me that babies are being made. Oh, we need to open up our control panel again. Now I can set this to automatically just fill. We probably are going to need a few more. Actually, I don't think we need much more than 2 miners and 2 cutters. I mean, look at our resources. Now, the buildings that we try to build are going to require these resources, so it might be good to have at least 2. But I'll just kind of prepare for that. So now when babies become adults, they're just naturally going to begin to work, and it should all work kind of automatically. I'm assuming it goes by top-down. Kind of top-down in that window. I'm guessing, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, guys, I'm going to come back for one more video at the very least. See if we can't do a farm and a few more of the other buildings. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this game in the comment section below. Again, it's something that I've been really, really excited for. And I didn't even realize it was in pre-alpha until like a week or 2 ago. I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to get on this. So it's cool. Winter is here, and we see most of the planet kind of frozen over. That's awesome. And things will obviously change as spring begins to come. This is a massive ocean right here. And then we have our planet's star. Anyways, guys, yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. So again, I really think the developers are certainly onto something here. This is definitely up my alley in terms of games that I just love. I love the whole like progressing through time and building up, and kind of having a new God game would be great on the channel if the game continues to move at the rate that it is. Then we should be very soon to be able to explore more of the mechanics and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.